In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the 4 main things that you need to do in order to experience long-term success. Now, they're not going to be at all what you think they're going to be, but I want to keep you in the loop because I care about you guys and I want you guys to experience long-term success. You see, most creators think that they're going to experience success by jumping on the hamster wheel. You know, learn, make, repeat. And it is true, you do need to get good at your craft and you do need to work hard, but there's something more you need to do in order to experience long-term success. Because it's one thing to experience success for 1, 2, 3 years, but it's a whole other game to experience success for 10, 20, or even 30 years. Really, it comes down to the question, do you want to experience the sprint of success or do you want to run the marathon of success? And personally, I'd rather win a marathon. So that's why in today's episode, I'm gonna share with you the 4 main areas that you need to focus on in order to experience long-term success. The 4 main things that I wanna talk about all relate to our personal health. Because from what I've seen, the number one thing causing people to not experience long-term success is not that they weren't talented enough or that they didn't work hard enough. It's actually the complete opposite. It's often that people are way too talented for their own good and they work way too hard, and as a result, they start to neglect their personal health. And they end up burning out, or something in their life happens that forces them to just stop creating and having a successful channel. So are you ready to hear what the main areas are? It's really not rocket science, and it's actually gonna be so obvious when you hear them. The 4 things that are gonna help you experience long-term success is eating well, sleeping the right amount, exercising consistently, and having fun. Speaking of eating well, I am starving, so let's go grab some lunch. So eating well is the first area for long-term success. It's probably the area that I'm the worst at. I find that the more I work and the more stressed I am, the more I make unhealthy, bad decisions when it comes to food. Probably some sort of coping mechanism to make me feel better, you know? If you're feeling not so good, you're feeling stressed, you want to feel good for a moment, so you eat some unhealthy food, but then the problem is that you actually don't end up feeling very good for a long time. It's that momentary feel good, but then afterwards you just feel very unhealthy, lethargic, you don't have a lot of energy. Whereas if I'm eating healthier, right away I notice that I'm feeling a lot better about myself, I feel like I have a lot more energy, and I'm just ready to, rock the day. Oh man, vlogging and riding the one wheel can be sketchy times. So I am in no way an expert on eating healthy. I'm not a nutritionist or some sort of personal trainer. There's definitely a ton of people out there who know way more about this topic than me, so I would highly recommend for you to seek them out. But the main reason why I just want to talk about this was just to make sure that you're aware. How are you eating? Check in on yourself and ask yourself, could I be eating more healthy to just be more successful long term? Today I am making healthier decisions though. My favorite place, the salad bar. Yum, 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 yum. Don't judge me, we're on a journey. This is like my evil temptations. Pepsi Max with food, it's always a winner combo. I did make a healthy decision to eat a salad, but I'm still working on the drinks. Pepsi Max and Red Bull is my demise often. Today is a very healthy tuna salad. Kinda like that. Oh man, this is totally crooked. How can I let this happen? Is this any better? Nope, still crooked. It ain't easy doing this. Okay, that's better. Now, the second area that you gotta focus on in order to experience long-term success is sleeping well. Sleep is what recharges our mental and physical batteries. It's what tanks us up again, ready to start again the next day. And I know for myself, I often notice that if I've had a really long, stressful day, I've worked really hard, as long as I can get that good night's sleep, I'm just like ready to go in the morning and ready to tackle the day's tasks again. But if I didn't sleep well or I didn't get enough sleep, it is really hard to just get the day going again. But isn't it ironic that often the one thing that we need to recharge our batteries is the thing that we end up skipping out on to be more productive? It sounds so counterintuitive. You know, maybe we have a due date on a project coming up, or we want to put out more content, and all of a sudden we're sleeping a few hours less each night. All of a sudden it turns into only 4 hours a night. All of a sudden we're doing an all-nighter, and we notice that we're not sleeping enough at all, and our batteries are just so done. So sure, if you want to experience short-term success, skip on the sleep, hustle hard, but I can guarantee you that in the long term, you're not gonna be successful. In fact, you're most likely on the road to burning out. If sleep is an area that you are struggling with, start tracking it. Start writing down every single day how many hours you're sleeping and how you feel the next day. And just by being aware of how much you're sleeping, you're gonna start making changes because you're gonna realize how much they correlate with each other. All right, let me now devour my salad. Feeling good today. Now, the third main area for long-term success is exercising. And this one's huge. Now, for some people, their number one motivational factor to exercise is to get a really good looking body and have six-pack abs. But for me, I find that I'm doing it for my mental health. Of course, I wouldn't mind having the six-pack abs, but it's not my driving force to exercise. When you exercise, it dramatically reduces the stress hormones in your body like adrenaline and cortisol, and stimulates your brain to create natural endorphins. These chemicals are like the brain's natural painkillers and mood elevators. And again, with like sleep, I notice a direct correlation between stress and exercise. I could have a really long day at the office, I'm a little bit tired, stressed, but the moment I go for a run, I feel so much better afterwards. Now, for someone who doesn't exercise a lot or ever, this might be farther from the truth. The first run you go out for is gonna feel like absolute death. But once you've gone out for a few runs and you start getting into just a basic shape, that's when it's gonna start feeling actually a lot better for you. So trust the process, it will feel good eventually. Oh, that car is definitely not mine. It's the in-laws, borrowing it for the day. Now, this last one I'm really working on myself at the moment, and that's having fun. I feel like the older I get, I stop doing the things that aren't productive, and I end up just working and taking care of responsibilities, but not doing the things in life that just allow me to have fun. You know, those things that you did as a kid or a teenager because you had an abundance of time, and it was just pure good old fun. For me, it was playing sports or video games or just having a fun day hanging out with your best friend. For me, I've been really trying to change my mindset about having fun. Instead of seeing it as something that's taking away from my productivity, I'm seeing it as fuel for long-term success. Because when I go out and have fun, it's gonna allow me to de-stress and have more energy and more fuel for life to go to work the next day and put in a hard day's work. So that's why I bought this stand-up paddleboard. I've been thinking about this for so many summers, and then finally I just said, screw it. I'm gonna go for it, and I'm gonna buy myself a stand-up paddleboard. Because I love being out on the water, and what better way to go out paddleboarding once in a while with our local lake, just having fun. Having fun has helped me figure out that healthier work-life balance, to realize that life isn't 100% about work. It is a big part of our life, but it's not your whole life, if you know what I mean. Ah, the lake. Even though these four main areas are so simple and obvious, the challenge is that these bad habits don't happen in just one day. Rather, they're small decisions that we make over time that slowly cause us to drift away from being healthy. You know, with exercise, it's first that you're exercising 3 nights a week, and then all of a sudden it's 1 night a week, and then you realize that it's gone 1 month without exercising. Or with sleep, usually you're getting 8 hours, but all of a sudden life gets busier, and all of a sudden you're sleeping only 7 hours a night, then 6 hours, then 5 hours, and all of a sudden you're doing all-nighters. It doesn't happen in a day, but you slowly drift away from being healthy. Or like me, I have a really bad relationship with drinks. I love soft drinks, and I love energy drinks. And you know, maybe at first I drank 1 energy drink a month, then all of a sudden it's 1 Red Bull a day, and then it's 2 Red Bulls a day, and you're wondering, how did we get here? We slowly drifted away from what was healthy to unhealthy. That's why it's so hard to maintain a healthy lifestyle that will guarantee us long-term success, because we often don't even realize that we've drifted away from what's healthy to unhealthy. And that's why it's so important to pause from time to time and take an account of where you're at in your life. How are you eating? How are you sleeping? How are you exercising? And are you having fun? Because those are the 4 ingredients to staying healthy and which will guarantee you long-term success. So yeah, maybe you weren't expecting this video today, but I really wanted to make this video episode because I want to see you guys experience long-term success. There's nothing worse than seeing someone burn out from doing something they love. I'd love to hear from you guys, so comment below what is the area of your life that you're experiencing some struggles when it comes to being healthy, and let me know, is there something that you plan to do to make things better?